All right, so these right here are healthy vegan fruit tarts. One made with regular sweet potato and the other made with purple sweet potatoes. Both using no oil, no wheat, no refined sugar. And today, I'm going to show you how to make your own. All right, so what we're going to do to make our first tart is we're going to make the crust. Now, I make raw crust for a lot of my pies, and I'm going to be using this raw crust a lot in future recipes. So I thought I'd go through it step for step because it's so simple. So it's just 3 ingredients to make this raw crust. One is walnuts. Now, I'm using walnuts because walnuts, in my opinion, are the healthiest nut. But if you have a nut that you prefer, you could certainly use a different nut for this crust. But again, I like walnuts, so healthy. All right, of course, I'm going to use dates, the healthiest sweetener there is. Dates are what I use for just about everything, and this is no exception. And then finally, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla to it. Okay, so those 3 things make our crust simple, easy. Let's get to it. So some people are intimidated by the thought of trying to make their own, but this pie crust is an example of just how easy that can sometimes be. So I finished grinding the nuts for my crust. I want to show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, these are nice and sticky, and that's what you want. And one of the keys to making a crust like this, a raw crust without using oil, is to blend it long enough so that the oils and the nuts starts to release. And also by adding the dates, as you blend it up, the dates also add some stickiness, and it all helps to get really sticky and stay together like you want a raw crust to do. So now it's time to shape our crust into the shape of the dish. And as you watch me do this, you'll get an idea of why it's so important that the crust is sticky. This way, when I push it and compress it, it'll stick, stay, and shape around the dish really nicely. All right, so I've got my crust done. I put it into the pan and I have it molded here like I want it. Now what I'm gonna do is set it in the refrigerator while I get the filling part ready. And then that way it can firm up a little bit, and then we'll take it back out and add our filling. All right, so we got the crust done and we got it in the fridge, set aside. Now what we're gonna do is get our sweet potatoes ready. Now, for those of you who have only seen white potatoes and orange sweet potatoes, this might be a little surprising and really neat. But what we're gonna be using today to make this fruit tart is purple sweet potatoes. Purple sweet potatoes. And these are really neat. You know, there's some long-lived cultures whose main starch is sweet potatoes, purple sweet potatoes. And it's a little different variety, but it's still very nutritious, very healthy. These aren't quite as sweet as the orange sweet potatoes and a little starchier. But man, they're really, really good, and they make a beautiful presentation. So as you're gonna see, this sweet potato fruit tart is gonna look great. So now I'm gonna start peeling my sweet potatoes. So whenever I look at a fruit or a vegetable that's nice and colorful like this, it always reminds me of how amazing nature is and the beauty it can create. All right, so now I've got my purple sweet potatoes peeled and ready to go. And for the filling, we're gonna add some more dates for sweetness, some cinnamon, and then some vanilla. So again, really, really straightforward. This is not a difficult recipe to do. As you see, the pie crust didn't involve many ingredients. This doesn't either. We're gonna put it we're gonna process this and then put them together. Let's do it. So now we want to get our filling blended. And the thing to remember here is that purple sweet potatoes are a little more dense and a little more starchy than regular orange sweet potatoes. So you want to blend them really well so that we get our filling nice and creamy. All right, so now I have dumped my filling into the crust, and now it's just a matter of spreading it. Now notice that the vibrancy of the purple has kind of faded a little bit. And that happens when you mix in the vanilla and the dates because they're dark. It darkens and takes away a little of the vibrant color of the purple. But man, is it good, nice and, thick and tasty. So let's spread it in our crust now. When it comes to making pies, cakes, and tarts, spreading is definitely my favorite part. Please like or subscribe below if you're enjoying this video. All right, so I've now put my filling in my tart. I've got it nice and evenly spread around. Now what I want to do is add some delicious fresh fruit to this, decorate it, make it look real good. Let's do it. Since berries are hands down the healthiest fruits on the planet, they're my choice for topping this tart. I'm throwing in some mango for contrast. All right, so we've done our purple sweet potato fruit tart. I got that set aside. Now we're gonna do our regular sweet potato tart. The crust starts the same way, and since I already showed you how to do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it blended now. This is my go-to crust for raw pies. So once you've got it down, you can use it for several pies that I'll be making. Okay, so now I've made my crust for my mini tarts, and I'm gonna get that put in here. Here is the same process as before. You wanna get your mixture nice and sticky, and then press into the shape of your mold. It's that simple. All right, and just like that, I've got my mini tarts ready. I'm gonna set them aside and then create the filling to go inside of these. Now we're gonna get our filling for our orange sweet potato pie ready, and it's pretty much like the purple sweet potato pie filling. We're gonna add some cinnamon, some dates, and some vanilla. But my secret ingredient when making orange sweet potato pie is lemon juice. You would be surprised the difference in flavor you get when you add a little lemon to your sweet potato filling. And now we're just gonna fill up our mini tarts with our filling and then spread it around. Next, I'm gonna cut some mango. Now, I wanna top these with mangoes because I love them, and who doesn't? I bet you do too. So it's a great way to add some color and some flavor. And then, since I have some raspberries on hand, once I get my mango cut and topped into my mini tarts, I'm gonna add a raspberry in the middle just for presentation. And there you have it, mini sweet potato tarts. Okay, so here's our finished result of both of our type of fruit tarts here. We got our regular sweet potato, looks beautiful, and then we got our purple sweet potato, looks beautiful. And you know, these mini tarts can be neat because, you know, if you just want to grab a dessert, you know, that's quick and easy, or if you have kids especially, these could come in handy. It's the perfect size for a kid. You give them something nice and healthy, but they enjoy it and they feel like it's a little mini tart / pie. Great options. Let's taste one of our sweet potato tart. I know this is going to be good. That's very good. I knew it would be. Sweet potato and mango are both two of my favorite foods. Combining the two, so on point. That's delicious. Okay, so that first piece of sweet potato tart was excellent. Now let's try the purple sweet potato tart. Just as good. Delicious. A little creamier, but very good. So I've had a lot of people write me and ask me how to find the recipes to the videos to my cooking show, like the one you just watched. If you're having trouble finding the recipe, look below the video and you'll see the word more. Tap on the word more and you'll see the beginning of the recipe. Tap on the word more once again and you'll see the full recipe, and then you can begin to make your own. Thanks for watching.